My name is Susan Sangermano. I'm Elizabeth's mother.
I'm Jason Sangermano. I'm Elizabeth's father.
Elizabeth is our 2% miracle baby.
Yep.
We were told back when we were trying to get pregnant, and it had been about 4 or 5 years, that we wouldn't be able to get pregnant. And so when we did get pregnant with Elizabeth, we were ecstatic. We did all the initial testing, and those tests all came back normal. And then at 27 weeks, we had bad news, and that was she had fluid around her lungs. And we didn't know what the fluid was. We didn't know why, because other than intrauterine growth restriction, she was normal. So when we did an amniocentesis to try to figure out what was going on, we found out that she had Down syndrome. And in some ways that was good news, because there were a bunch of other things that could have caused her to have fluid around her lung that would have been fatal. So it was amazing, because there was a doctor through maternal fetal medicine who had done a procedure before where they are able to stick a shunt through me into her to drain her lung. And it worked beautifully. We were able to take her from 27 weeks to 34 weeks before we had to do a C-section. And she was delivered June 6th, and it was our perfect little baby since. She is so full of life and definitely opinionated. We found out about the family CNA program through the Down syndrome organization. We have a very close knit community for the children 5 and under, and quite a few of them are doing family CNA. And we were referred to Solace. It was a great interview process, and so we chose to go with them. They made it really seamless from the first time we called to when they called us to getting started.
Yeah, all the information. It was answered all the questions. It was a very simple, straightforward process, which was really nice.
Being a veterinarian, I have a good medical background even before we started the CNA program. And our typical day with Elizabeth is we wake up when she usually, well, on a day that I am not working, we wake up when she wakes up, which is typically around 7 a.m. We then make a bottle for her that is 90% water, 10% milk, because she will not drink water on her own. She has dysphagia and bronchotracheal malaise, which are 2 different conditions that basically mean it's hard for her to swallow. And so it is a fun time where we thicken the milk to level 3 thickener, so it's about honey thick. And then we feed her 11 ounces in the morning. From there, we basically go throughout the day. She still has to have diaper changes. She gets thickener every time she gets liquids. She otherwise eats purees because of her dysphagia. She's still not interested in doing food that is hard. We're working on it. That's another thing we're doing CNA-wise is mouth care, oral care, which can be very interesting for her because we brush her teeth twice a day, but she can't have water. So it is a tiny little bit of toothpaste on a dry toothbrush. We let her chew it until it's a little bit moist, and then we brush her teeth. And we like to sing a lot of songs when we do this because she is very interested in music and very, very motivated by it. So it's how we're able to brush her teeth. After we feed her milk, we bring her down to play for about an hour or so. And we play ball, we work on climbing things. It's why she has a lot of furniture that she can climb on. An hour after we bring her down, we give her levothyroxine because she is hypothyroid with some applesauce. And then an hour after that, she gets her purees.
I didn't know what a CNA was when I started it. So it was sort of like, what are we doing? The class was the learning the class with, especially online, because we was almost all self-paced. and we did it together, which was really great. A lot of information, things that I've never had to look at or know. So I learned a bunch from it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very interesting, and how to do it, and while all the different things that it entailed was really nice. Breadth of knowledge that you get from it. Just there's so many different things that I never thought about in care that what you have to do, which was just interesting for me. So I really enjoyed it. Because I'm with her most of the time now, I do a lot more of the day to day. We work on walking up the stairs and coming down the stairs. I'm trying to help her walk over things and not trip over, have special awareness, which is one of the things we've been working on. And then a lot of feeding. I do a lot of the, open up and try to get her to chew and move things with her tongue. Doesn't always work. We have found that sometimes I'm the only one who can feed her, because I think it's because I do it more often in the day than Susan does. But I think it's a good balance of no one of us does one job. It's who needs to do it at the time, which is great.
Being able to help someone else through CNA school was a lot of fun because based on my background, I knew most of the medical jargon already, though there are some differences between bipeds and quadrupeds. But the being able to go and do the practical application in person, using each other as dummies sometimes for practice, like how to roll somebody, was really interesting.
Right. No, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
And I didn't toss you out of the bed.
You did not. I'm very happy.
Y and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Yeah?
Where are we going? You want to come do that?
Was that good? Yeah? Is that better?